So as you know, every year we start AviaDev Africa with doing something a little different. So that's been kept under wraps. And thank you so much to David and the team at Cape Town Air Access and Wesgrove for facilitating that. It was a wonderful day at the zip lining. And there is a flyer in your bag as well, talking all about the activity you can do. So make sure you make most of your time here in Cape Town. So good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Bench Events and AviaDev, a very warm welcome to the Mother City and the 4th edition. We're 4 years old now, AviaDev Africa. First of all, thank you so much to our co-hosts this year, AXE Airports Company of South Africa, and also Wesgrove and the Cape Town Air Access team, for enabling us to bring the event back. So we obviously did something right last year. We're back for a second time. I'm going to let Tim Harrison and Dion from AXE elaborate a little bit on the specifics. But what's been achieved here is nothing short of remarkable in the very, very short time span. And I think there's a lot of African destinations and global destinations that can learn a heck of a lot from what has been achieved in such a short time. So really, really proud to be associated with what's been happening here in the Western Cape. The teamwork and the coordinated approach to route development has delivered these incredible results that you'll hear all about in the upcoming presentations. And it's proof of what can be done with a spirit of collaboration. And on the theme of collaboration, I also want to say a huge thank you to the Bombardier team. There's still a couple of them left. Some of them had to go back to Johannesburg. But Bombardier, the ExecuJet hangar, the ExecuJet team, Wesgrove as well, for putting on a spectacular evening last night. We managed to keep the secret under wraps, our secret guest. Some people were guessing it was Beyonce. It was better. I think we'll all agree on that. So a really unique experience. It was great to see everybody networking with new friends, meeting up with old friends. We're a small community, and it's great to see that. So a big round of applause for Bombardier, ExecuJet, and Wesgrove, please. So as you can see all over the stage, all over everything that we have, our theme that we picked this year, and we like to do a theme each year, is We Soar as One. It began inspired as a theme from the Open Skies policy, from SATAM, which will be discussed obviously here. It underpins a lot of what we're trying to achieve as an industry that will unlock the potential. But actually, it's something much wider over the last year. I'm really encouraged by the code sharing and the interlining partnerships that we're seeing in Africa. Africa World Airlines and South African Airways, for example, is just one. FastJet and LAM Mozambique, that's one that was announced, I think, like this week. So there's some amazing collaboration going on. And that is also happening then in knowledge sharing between airports and CAAs. And that's what we want to facilitate through AviaDev and what we're trying to achieve here. So it seems that wherever you look in Africa at the moment, there is a real success stories. There are also this move towards cooperation. And there's somebody who is from the UK who's voted, not necessarily me, but as a country, we voted to leave a trading bloc and get away from that. It's so refreshing to come here where you're all coming together just as we're walking away. So when I began AviaDev from a bedroom in Manchester 4 years ago, and I still work there most of the time, I was determined that if it did one thing, it would be to accentuate the positives of this amazing industry and this amazing continent and talk about the opportunities. We spent a lot of time talking about the challenges, the problems. Let's make it positive. Let's talk about what we can do, not what the past says. It's not about being unrealistic, it's just about being optimistic. And if you have that mindset, it's amazing what can be achieved. As Madiba said, it always seems impossible until it is done, and it seems very apt to be saying that here in Cape Town as well. And everybody in this room obviously is going to play a part in that. The meetings, both formal and informal, that take place over the next 2 days will play a part in delivering a more connected and ultimately a more prosperous African continent that will benefit everybody in this room. We have an amazing team here as well from AviaDev, so we are a small team, but we've brought in volunteers. We have an ambassador program that we'll talk to you about tomorrow, and the ambassadors will actually be presenting their solutions for a a more integrated and more developed African aviation industry tomorrow. So you'll find out a bit more about them, but they can be identified. They're all wearing blue AviaDev ties, and they're here to help. There's 10 of us, so anything you need, just find one of us, we'll be there. I think I have most of the people in this room on WhatsApp anyway, so I'm sure I'll be getting lots of messages there. Don't forget, when you are posting on social media, use the hashtag. If you do, we will pick it up, and there are screens dotted around the venue where we're live feeding any images, any comments. So just keep your eyes on that and make sure you use the hashtag. We're all aviators. On-time performance is absolutely key. So we're going to run to time, so we all get to have our breaks and we get to have our lunch. But that means both in terms of us taking that, but also when it comes to the coffee breaks, come back in and let's get ready to go, because we have some really nice little surprises dotted through the day as well. Obviously, on a slightly more somber note, we must be mindful of the tragedy of Ethiopian Airlines flight ET302, obviously earlier this year, which claimed 157 lives. It's affected the global aviation family deeply. Ethiopian Airlines truly embodies the new spirit of Africa. And I've been heartened how the whole aviation community in Africa and worldwide has supported the airline during such a difficult time. They're our official carrier here for AviaDev, along with Kenya Airways. And I'm proud to say I traveled here. Ethiopian now has a direct flight from Manchester, which is fantastic, which started in December. I know many of you also arrived on that fantastic carrier. So thank you so much, Ethiopian, and we're very proud of you and what you've achieved. So finally, before I leave the stage, I would like to acknowledge all of our sponsors and our supporters. There are far too many to name individually, but you're all there, and I want to say we genuinely couldn't do this kind of production, we couldn't do this event without you. We're here to support, and we really appreciate the faith that you've shown in supporting the event over the years, and as we continue to grow and hopefully foster those relationships that will return those investments. So thank you so much. Welcome to AviaDev. Enjoy yourselves, relax, we're all friends. And please now allow me to introduce Tim Harris, CEO of Wesgrow, to make his opening remarks. Tim.